Most Nigerians I know have probably been asked the question, why are you like this? Sometimes it's playful, sometimes it's serious, and even sometimes it carries some form of frustration. For those of you who are not Nigerians or who have not encountered that statement, I can assure you that it means exactly what you think it means. Why are you the way you are? And why do you act the way you act? Usually we ask this question to someone else, but what if the question was never meant for someone else? What if it was meant for you, for me, directed inward? The question then becomes, have you ever asked yourself that question? Or better still, when was the last time you asked yourself that question? I hope you didn't ask it as a way to judge yourself, because at least for me, I think that's not the purpose of that question. I personally think that judgment defeats the purpose of the question. For me, the purpose is descriptive. It is for understanding. It aids building awareness. Awareness of what you might say or ask. I think Proverbs chapter 23 verse 7 has the answer to that. You see, it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That scripture suggests something quite powerful and profound for me. It suggests that the way we are is deeply connected to the way we think. And if I may expand on this a bit, I would say that it suggests that how you view the world shapes your behavior, and that your behavior shapes your action. So it's a continuous circle where your view of the world shapes your behavior shapes your results, and your results shapes your life. So thinking about it, so if this is true, if this is true, then something inside of us is quietly determining the direction of everything outside of us, the circumstances of your lives, all those things you're trying to pay attention or you're trying to fix, that there's something inside that is quietly deciding those things. And for me, it goes to another scripture that is quite profound, which is Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23, which says, you should guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Do you realize that we only guard what we understand to be valuable? We protect what we know can determine our outcomes. But if we do not understand what happens within and how it controls what happens outside in our external circumstance, we are unlikely to pay attention to it. So the heart is not just about emotions. I would suggest that it is the command center of our perceptions, our beliefs, and our thoughts. And scripture is clear on that. And it says that the direction of our lives flows from there, from the heart. So, back to my question again. If this is true, it makes you wonder why we don't pay more attention to the control room of our lives. Think about it. Perhaps it's because no one taught us to. so we never consciously saw it as important. Maybe we never even saw it as something we could question. I know this because I've been there. You see, for a long time in my life, I never questioned what was influencing my life. I just lived it. Basically, like I was on autopilot. As though who I was and how I thought were fixed. In fact, I didn't even have enough awareness to realize I was operating from an unexamined assumption. So I continued like this. It wasn't until a season in my life when I felt stuck that I began to seek knowledge to understand why my life was, basically I was asking myself the question, why are you like this? Why is my life like this? As I sought this knowledge, as I got new information, I suddenly began to become aware and started questioning some of the beliefs I held about life. Beliefs that in most cases I wasn't even consciously aware of. Yet they were shaping my decisions and my outcomes, the outcomes I really wanted to change. You see, I am still in that process. The truth is that I haven't figured it all out. But I am really, really glad that I started. And that is because in certain areas of my life, this awareness has helped me to make conscious and intentional changes that have drastically improved the quality of my life. And that is why I decided to start this channel. Not because I figured it all out, but probably to help someone, anyone who might be where I was a few years ago. And also to connect with people who have already begun this journey. For me, this is about building consciousness around how our thinking and our perception shapes our lives. It's about moving from judgment to awareness, from an unconscious pattern to intentional living. And what's the goal here? So that gradually we can begin to create the results and the lives we truly want. My name is Godswill Ikechukwu, and this is From Within.